Hello students, welcome to online course of Mechanical Measurement and Metrology. Myself Abhishek Trivedi from Mechanical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. We are discussing measurement of the screw thread and gears. In the previous lecture we have discussed the basic instrument which is useful for the measurement of the pitch is known as a pitch measuring machine, and then we have discussed the basic concept of the tool maker's microscope. Today we are going to start our very important topic of the chapter, which is known as the effective diameter, measurement of the effective diameter of the external screw thread by using the 2-wire method and the 3-wire method. So first of all we are going to discuss the measurement of the effective diameter by using the 2-wire method, and then later on we are going to discuss the 3-wire method. So let us start with the measurement of the effective diameter of the external screw thread by using the 2-wire method. So the basic topic, which is the measurement of effective diameter. So let us understand first of all what do you mean by effective diameter. Then we are going to start the basic measuring methods. Suppose this is the single side of the thread profile, then and let's say this is the opposite side of the thread profile. Then we can say that the distance between, or we can say the dimensions over these root points. Suppose this is the external thread profile, then the dimension between the external root point is known as the internal diameter d of I, and the dimensions over the creased points is known as the DO, outer diameter of the given thread profile. So this is the basic dimensions, and the dimension between this line is known as the effective diameter. The effective diameter is a diameter which is passed through the lines, or we can say the line which is passed through the points on the flank surface which are used to make a physical contact with the opposite profile of the. Suppose this kind of opposite profile has been attached and both the flanks are making a proper physical contact at some particular point. What we are supposed to do, we are marking those points, and a line which is passed through this point, the same line has been passed through the opposite side of the thread profile, and the distance between, or we can say dimension between these two lines is known as the effective diameter. Effective diameter is a very prime concern for the measurement of the thread profiles. So let us start with the 2-wire method. First of all, let us understand some basic terms of the 2-wire method, and then we are going to discuss the derivation, how the 2-wire method has been calculated. First of all, let us understand a routine thread profile. What we are supposed to do, we are providing a one wire over here. What is the wire number 1? We are supposed to provide a one wire over here, wire number 2. We have to measure the dimensions which is making a physical contact on the flank surface like this. The matting part will make a physical contact with the flank, and we are supposed to measure this particular dimension. This is known as, suppose, effective diameter, DE, or we can say E. There are many notations. What we have to do, we have to measure this particular dimensions. What I am going to do, I can measure this particular dimension. I can measure this dimension. How I can measure this particular dimension? Let's say this is the measure dimension. By using the micrometer anvil setup, suppose I have placed a micrometer anvil over here. On the opposite side, I have placed a micrometer anvil over here. And then by using the micrometer anvil, I can measure the dimensions over the wire. I can measure this particular dimension as well. Suppose this is making a proper physical contact. We can set the dimension under the wire. I can measure this particular dimension as well. The dimension under the wire. Suppose we are providing the name random notation T. How we can measure the T? I can say that I know the value of M. m is equal to T plus, simply, what is m? M, that is the dimensions over the wire. It contains the total dimensions till the bottom point plus addition of this particular diameter. The total dimension plus addition of this particular diameter. So I can say that m is equal to T plus 2 of D. This is the basic dimensioning system. Now we have to measure, or we can say our prime concern is to measure the effective diameter. We are not interested in measurement of the m, measurement of the T, measurement of the small diameter. We are totally interested in the measurement of the E. So I can say that if I have to measure the value of E, and if I know the value of T, suppose I have to measure the value of E and I know the value of T, so I can say that value of E is equal to T plus something which is getting over here. Let us, I will change the color of the pen. This particular distance, same way here, this particular distance, this is the something, and if I will complete in the total length, then I can say that the total length, or we can say the total effective diameter E is equal to T plus something over here plus something over here. We can say that we have T plus 2 times of something. I can write this, the effective diameter E is equal to T plus twice of something. Now my question has been reduced to find the value of this something. Where we have started with the measurement of the E. To find the value of E, if I can measure the value of something, if by somehow I can find the value of something, by putting the something over here, I can measure the value of E. For this, we have to know the value of T as well. What is the T? So we can measure the T from the equation m. M is equal to T plus twice of D. We know the value of the m. By using the micrometer anvil, you can measure this particular dimension. 2D, this is the D diameter of the wire. We know the value of diameter of the wire because we are choosing the diameter. We are choosing the value of wires because we are attaching our wire by ourselves. So by putting the value of D and M, I can measure the value of T. Put the T over here, put the something over here, I can measure, or we can say I can compute the value of E. What is the effective diameter of the given setup? I hope you have properly understood the concept, or we can say the core requirement of our derivation, what we are supposed to find. This is the way what we are supposed to find. Now from the figure you can check, we have one wire over here, we have another wire over here. The micrometer anvil has been placed over the wire, so we can measure the basic dimensions. Here the T has been given, the T, that is the dimensions under the wire, E, that is the effective diameter, and P by 2 are given. Now what is the P by 2? So we have derived the equation that E is equal to T plus twice of something. And from the figure I can write this, that E is equal to T plus P. P by 2 plus P by 2, that is a P. So I can compare that P is equal to twice of something. So they have derived, or we can say they have defined the total distance between these 2 points is known as a P by 2. They have derived this particular P by 2. The distance between these 2 points, this particular, and the distance between this particular is known as a P. You can write this as an effective diameter E can be calculated by E is equal to T plus P, that we have discussed. To find the value of T, I can measure the value of T by using the M minus 2 of D, where M, that is the dimensions over the wire, and D is the diameter of the each wire. If P dash will be the pitch of the thread, then you have to remember these 2 equations. The first equation for the Whitworth thread and the second equation for the metric thread. Suppose P, small p, that is the difference between the effective diameter and the diameter under the wires. So the diameter under the wires T can be also written as the S minus R1 minus R2, where S, that is the diameter of the standard which are using for the measurement of the screw thread profiles. Now we are going to discuss the basic derivation, how the E can be calculated. To understand the derivation, first of all, let us understand the conceptual figure of this particular profile. What we have taken, suppose this is our two-wire method. The wire has been placed over here, another wire has been placed over. What we have done, we have taken the cross section of this particular view. In this particular view, the two flank has been provided and the wire has been placed over the flank. We have taken this particular cross section. This is the wire having the diameter d. O, that is the center of the wire. B point and the E point are making a physical contact with the flank. B2C, that is the line which we are supposed to make as a line of contact. Q, that is the midpoint of the BC. Then A, that is the point below the wire where the wire will ends. This particular dimension is known as the T, that is the diameter under the wire. This is the diameter of the wire, and this particular dimension is known as the M dimension, diameter over the wire. We have to consider the two different triangles. The first triangle we are supposed to consider, that is the OEP triangle. I'll draw this triangle first of all like this. We have to consider the triangle PO, where this is your right angle triangle, and here we have the angle, let's say theta by 2 or let's say x by 2. This is our angle. The second triangle you have to consider the triangle, that is the triangle PQC, where here this is the right angle triangle and the angle, that is the x by 2 angle. The value of the P that can be derived in terms of the pitch and the diameter d as well as the thread angle x. First of all, let us discuss that the BC lies on the effective diameter. BC, the particular point BC lies on the effective diameter. Suppose I have to find the value of the BC, then what do you mean by BC? To understand the concept of the BC, once again understand the concept of the pitch. Pitch means the point on the one teeth, the same corresponding point on the next teeth. This is the value of the pitch. This is the value of the pitch. You can write this as a pitch. Suppose I will make a proper bisection, and if the tip profile is uniform, then this is the bisection view. This particular point is known as the P by. You can write this as a P by 2. Now where the BC stand over here. You can check from the figure. B to C. We can say if we are considering B over here, then this is the B to C. B to C, end point of the flanks. I can say that BC is equal to P by 2. Now consider the first triangle, the triangle OPE triangle. Which triangle you have to consider? The triangle OPE. This particular triangle you have to consider. Having the right angle here. Take the angle sine theta. Or you can say sine x by. What do you mean by sine x by 2? Here x by 2 is here. Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite, that is the OE. Upon hypotenuse, that is the OP. We know the value of OE, that is the d by 2, half of the wire diameter upon OP. Make subject as a OP. This is equal to d by 2 1 by sine of x by 2. Now you all know that sine of 1 upon sine theta, that is the cosec theta. So replace this value, you can say that OP, that is equal to d by 2 cosec theta by 2. Then we know from the figure, you can check that the particular value of AQ, because we are supposed to consider this particular AQ. We have the prime requirement of this AQ. Then what do you mean by AQ? I can say that AQ is equal to PQ minus PA. I can write this. Yes, you can write this. So AQ, that is the PQ minus AP. Well, what is the PQ? So consider the another triangle. The triangle PQC, this particular triangle. Where QC is equal to, what do you mean by QC? So we know that BC is equal to P by 2. Then Q is the middle of the BC. Then QC is equal to P by 4. So I can replace this. QC is the P by 4. Then what is the PQ? PQ will be the QC of cot x by 2. If we are supposed to replace the QC over here, then QC is equal to P by 4 cot x by 2. What we have taken? We have taken the triangle. Check on your screen. PQC. CQ. This is right angle, this is the angle. We have to take the tan of x by 2. Now what is the tan of x by 2? Opposite side by x. Now what is the QC? Make the PQ as a subject of the equation. So I can write it as a PQ is equal to QC upon tan of x by 2. Then what is the QC? QC is equal to P by 4. 1 upon tan of x by 2, that is the cot of x by 2. So I can write it as a P by 4 cot of x by 4 cot of x by 2. So PQ is equal to P by 4 cot of x by 2. Now put the values in the main equation. What is the basic equation? We can say what is the basic requirement of our cell. So we have defined that on the line we have the Q, A and P, and we have to find the AQ. Then what is the AQ? AQ is equal to total PQ minus AP. So total PQ, that is the P by 4 cot of x by 2 minus AP. Make the subject AP and put the value of AP inside the value of AQ. Then we can say that AQ, that is the half of the value of the P. So P is equal to 2 of AQ. And final P is equal to P by 2 cot x by 2 minus D cosec x by 2 minus 1, where P is the difference. We remember that this particular P, this particular value of the P, that is the difference of the dimensions of effective diameter and the dimensions under the wire T. This is the basic requirement of the effective diameter. We can say that what is the effective diameter? So we know the value of effective diameter, E is equal to T plus P. We know the value of the P, replace the value of the P in this particular equation number 1. Then we are supposed to find the value of E. To find the value of E, you have to find the value of T. Value of T can be found by M minus 2 of T. So you can find this value. M by using the micrometer. D, you are taking the wire, you know the value of the diameter of the wire. So by using this particular equation, you can measure the effective diameter of the external thread by using the 2-wire method. Okay, here we are winding our lecture. What we have discussed a simple one method, that is a 2-wire method for measurement of the effective diameter. From next lecture, we are going to discuss the 3-wire method and the based wire size method. Till then, thank you.